Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, where are we today? We are just east of Goldfield and west of Nellis Air Force Range. Now, over the last couple of summers, I've been spending a lot of time in the Goldfield area, and when I'm not editing or doing other things for the channel, I like to head out here and marvel at all of the great geology. Now, if any of you have ever visited Goldfield, you've noticed that the whole place is just pockmarked with shafts and tunnels all over the place. You can see waste rock piles everywhere. It's as if an angry gopher came into the area and just dug holes all over the place. Well, there's a bit of rhyme and reason to why the miners did what they did and dropped in the holes where they currently are at. If you spend enough time around here looking for the clues, you can see there is kind of a common denominator going on, and that is a lot of these shafts and a lot of these adits were dropped in right next to these big dikes, okay? I'm standing next to one right now, all right? These dikes acted as a barrier for the hydrothermal fluids that came up from the caldera that once was in Goldfield, okay? Basically, Goldfield is a mini caldera, just like what you have up in Yellowstone Park, okay? But this one was much smaller. So you had all this faulting going on and raising these dikes, okay, which by the way are full of silica, okay? And when the rest of the fluids came up next to these dikes, it acted as an impermeable layer, which meant that the hydrothermal fluids came up, hit these rocks, and stopped, just as if gold would at the bottom of a sluice box, because the gold cannot penetrate a hard surface, okay? Just like in a river, you've got bedrock. Gold won't penetrate bedrock. Well, in this situation, through the process of hydrothermal fluids bringing the gold up and it precipitating throughout the caldera, it did not go past these dikes. So the miners came in and started dropping shafts right next to these things looking for high-grade gold. Now, out here in the distance, you got great big mines. You got the Florence, you got the Mohawk, and many others. So while they were concentrating on the bonanza gold sources that existed over here, other mining companies came out and explored these ridges with all of these dikes and dropped in mines throughout this area, and that's what we're going to explore today. All right, there's a hill right behind my camera person here. Randy's gonna be with me today, and this is a hill I've always wanted to explore for a really long time. It's got shafts and adits going all through it, and I know the whole darn thing has probably just been riddled with tunnels and different things, so I want to spend a lot of time and fully explore this really cool looking, what would you call it? A geological structure. Let's just name it that. Okay guys, let's get started on today's, what we're calling the geology episode. Let's get going.
Okay, we're going to get things started by exploring an adit located on the back side of the hill, right here. And as you can see, this portal is half buried by alluvial rock that has slowly made its way off the hill over the decades.
So you might be asking me, as I work my way through the portal here, looking for rattlesnakes and anything that can cause us a problem, you might be asking me, what are those dikes made out of? Well, the dikes themselves went through a process of silicification. What that means is it's a hydrothermally altered rock, and when it was being formed, there was lots of silica in the area. Let me fix my cameras here. And that became part of the process and eventually became part of the rock. And like I was saying earlier, it acted as a really good barrier. Okay, so here we have a mine we first entered, and we had to go through a bit of alluvium. Now this thing is really soft. Hey Randy, when you get down in here, try not to touch the sides. This is a real soft one. It's filled with nothing but porphyry material, things of that nature. All right, now this mine exists on the back side of the Brownie Mountain mine complex, and I just wanted to take a bunch of time to fully explore this hill, and maybe one of these will lead into larger workings. That would be a lot of fun. So as we continue on up in here, I'm seeing a lot of andesite. Now over here, actually here's a better vein of it. This is all brecciated material here. Okay, and what I mean by that is you have, again, hydrothermally altered rock, where you have bits and pieces of rock from the area that got put into solution and then re-solidified. That's what's going on right here. Now you can see here, look at it, came up through a layer of this almost looks like sandstone, but it's technically limestone. And look at all the folds and twists in that material right there. Now when you're exploring mines, here's another good example of it. When you're exploring mines in an epithermal, which is what Goldfield is, epi meaning close to the surface, this is a low sulfur epithermal, and the rocks just kind of twist and move and go all different directions here from all the different faulting and all the other geological forces going on. Oh, this is interesting. What do we have here? Looks like the miners, yeah, we got the rock suddenly changed into more of a shale looking type of stuff. Here, they started going down. All right. At one time there, let's get a closer look at this first. I'm going to go up here to the face. Yeah, it just faces out right there. Okay, 1 second here, guys. Make another modification. There we go. It almost looks like we had a drift that got filled in. Let's look down here. Yeah, it is, but it just goes right there and stops. That's as far as this one goes. Okay, turn it back around. Let's head that back and see if Randy found anything on the way in. What do you think, Randy? Did you find anything?
There's nothing.
Nothing really?
Nothing really at all. There's one little darker vein that has some crystals in it. But
yeah.
It's nothing significant.
Okay.
This is it, huh?
Yeah, that's it for this one.
Old tin that's full of gold. No, not really.
Repurposed tin, repurposed kerosene tin. That's actually a nice one. Look at how
It is got a flip lid on it.
Got a flip lid on it and everything. Yeah. And I also like the looks of these rocks. Did you happen to notice this? Down on the floor by your size 20 feet there.
What are you looking at?
Right there, those rocks with all the lines in them. See that? Isn't that neat?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's light. This is just chalky looking stuff. Probably a lot of calcium, magnesium, iron stain.
Would be interesting to put maybe on a rock saw. All right, guys.
Soft.
Well, I knew that this one was going to kind of be short and sweet, but like I said, I wanted to do a thorough explore of this entire hill. So let's head on over to the next one. Let's see you over there.
Now this next mine is about 3 times larger than the one that we just finished exploring. This mine here was blasted in as a haulage adit to intersect with a raise and an ore pass, whereas miners were then dropping the ore down the ore pass and collecting it at a collection point near the haulage adit. Then the ore was drawn out through the portal that you see here, which is now somewhat collapsed after years of erosion. It was a bit of a squeeze to get into this mine, as so many are, but that just adds to the fun of the explorer.
All right, we made our way over to the second adit of the day, which is right here. And so what we're doing is we're slowly working ourselves counterclockwise around this hill and hitting each and every single one of these. Oh, lots of cool air coming out of here. Yeah. Alrighty, any rattlesnakes? We better turn on our lights. Listen for them little buggers, huh?
Smell the sulfur?
Yep, lots of sulfur. Oh, this is a skinny one.
One way to do it.
Lay on my belly here. Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right, immediately just get inside the mine and we have a sign down here. And somebody was in here doing some prospecting in June of 2018. That's interesting. Okay. Well, right off the bat, on the back of the mine, there's a place with a bunch of nails. Be a good place to hang your hat, as well as possibly your tag-in, tag-outs as you entered and exited the mine. So why did they put this mine in place? Well, so what we're doing here is this is located about the midway point on the hill, and they said to themselves, we need to burrow in all the way underneath those dikes to see if the values get a little bit better. See, because back in the day, they didn't have core drilling, diamond core drilling like they have today. So all they could really do was drop in these adits and probe them using this method. All right, we have a bit of a collapse right here with some modern trash on the floor. There is a blasting cap tin laying on that rock right there. And indeed, this whole section fell down in a big push here. Okay, what's up here? All right, the main haulage keeps going that direction, but we've got a small drift off to the right, of which they were backfilling, and it only goes up to that point and stops. Okay, turning around here. So Randy, as we walk through this, you can pay close attention to the angle, the uplift of the rock, because now we are well into the that dike that's running that you can see higher up on the hill. We're getting underneath it. We've got a drift going off to the left. Let's just take a look at it real quick. And that's why they're doing all these exploratories. Little thing going off that way. Looks like it stops with more backfill over here. Yeah. And that's as far as this one goes. But look at how soft this material is. Okay, it breaks off like nothing. That's because this is an ancient hot springs. So this began to form in the Miocene era, Randy.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's when Goldfield started to form. And so when Goldfield was forming, if you could go backwards in time, for example, the Yellowstone hotspot wouldn't be where it is today. It would have been closer to like underneath Idaho somewhere. That's when the Goldfield caldera was being formed. All right, we have another drift going off that direction to my left. We'll come back and re-explore that Randy, don't let me miss that one. Like, I don't know what it is lately, but lately I've been completely missing drifts and things in these mines. Look,
Your mind is drifting.
we got another one going off that direction. Yeah, I mean, what was it, last week? Look at here, look at this. I'm just one by one by one. We got another one going off this direction. Last week when we were exploring that shaft with the schnoz, I can't believe it. I got down to the bottom and I didn't turn the other direction to finish exploring the other side of that shaft where that drift went. I just must have been overheated. Wasn't thinking straight. Okay, we are now, have you noticed how the rock has changed? And we're definitely going through more of that silicified rock with intrusions of other types of hydrothermal fluids I can see poking through. And that's what they're chasing. They're going after and looking closely at all those different contact zones. Look, we got another one there going off that direction. We're going to do these one by one on the way back out. Here we've got some fresh rubble on the floor. Yeah, I can see why that fell down. And once again, the rock completely changed. Now we're into this, again, that more dark shale-looking material like we saw at the last adit. Now, if you can find a really cool hydrothermal intrusion, Randy, stand by it or something, and we'll take a closer look at it on the way back out.
All right. Hand me the UV light.
Okay, and that's as far as this one goes. I can feel air coming from the face here, so there must at one time there must have been an ore pass here. Yep, because there's air blowing right in my face, but we can't get through. It's all been plugged. Okay, turn it back around. Here you go. See what you can find. I'll follow you till we get up to that one drift, and then I'll go explore it. See, the nice thing about bringing Randy along is he's of a very analytical nature, okay? And he takes his time, looks for things, whereas sometimes I just pass it right up because I'm moving too fast. But
It's no wonder you haven't found any gold yet.
well, you know, one of these days, you know what's going to happen is I'm going to get into one of these mines and there's going to be a fresh collapse that exposed. Yeah, there you go. Turn that off. There'll be a fresh collapse that exposed a vein that the miners were right next to but didn't know was there. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that could happen.
It's possible. It is possible. So guys, if you look off in the distance there, you can see the sunshine from the portal. I'm going to turn right now, and I'm going to explore this drift. Let me get past you, Randy. If you find anything super duper, point it out to me on the return here.
All right.
Okay. Oh, hey, there's a bat. You know what? That's the first bat that I've seen in a mine this whole spring and summer here in Nevada. More collapse that came down from the ribs right there, and lots of pack rat diggings on the floor. But here we are at the face of the mine. I'm sorry, the face of the drift. Turning back around. Feels kind of damp up in this one. All right, now down here looks to be something interesting. Look at that. Hey Randy, check this out. Look at this layer that they were probing here. See that? Especially down over here.
Darker material.
Yeah. Yeah. That got them interested. They were in here with hand tools picking at that and taking a sample. I'll bet it was those people from 2018 that we saw in the sign coming in. Okay, let's see here. Working our way back to the main haulage. Okay, turning the corner, and let's head over to the next drift. You know, just imagine being one of those miners back in the day. All you can do is make your very best educated guess, and just start blasting. That's about it. Okay, once again, we're going to turn to the right and finish exploring this mine, or I'm sorry, this drift. Yeah, we got tags on the wall. Those folks from 2018 were probably in here. Oh boy, look at how they backfilled this. Oh, wow. Well, there's only one way. There's only one way through. And that's on my belly again. I feel like I'm back into my spelunking days. You guys should have seen the stuff I used to do in my late teens and early 20s. I'm sure you all have heard of that guy that perished in the Nutty Putty cave. Well, I used to do things like that myself. And I have been in situations just like him where you're trying to find or explore a brand new area and your head is downhill and you're just hoping for a place that you can turn your body around in, because trying to back your way uphill is really difficult. And that's how he perished, because he was kind of inverted with the blood rushing towards his head. Not a good situation. All right, now back to the mine here. Look at here. Look at all of the calcite crystals forming on the walls. Wow. Randy's going to know the name of those just as soon as he gets in here. Starts with a C, and it's not popping into my head like I would like it to. Let's see, where's my lights here? There we go. Continuing on. And it's going to go any further. So they probed all the way up in here into this really brecciated looking rock, but that's where they stopped, right there. Okay, turning back around again. Let's go see if Randy found anything. Okay, back through the skinny spot and over the top of the backfill. Hey Randy, what are the name of those calcite crystals that curl, that look like curling fingernails? We found them in the Ward mine. What was the name of those?
Calcite. Are you sure you're not thinking of epsomite?
Epsomite, thank you.
That's a magnesium.
Yep. There was epsomite up in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, hanging off the walls. Okay. Well, that was fun. Alrighty, I will take that from you. Thank you, sir. Let's go look up here real quick. I don't go very far.
Nothing spectacular with the UV light. I think the baby blue crystals and stains are calcite, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I thought calcite might have been orange. Maybe someone can correct me.
We're back here in the main haulage. Now we're going to explore this drift off to the left. See what this one's all about. And nope, just another exploratory. You know what we're not seeing in this mine, Randy, is a defined hanging wall or footwall. This thing is, you can tell, it's pure exploratory.
Yeah,
Yep.
we didn't mine anything out of here.
No mining whatsoever, pure exploratory.
Have you ever tried to focus on these weak colors from the UV light with the camera?
I have, and it doesn't come through. Even with
Okay.
my ISO cranked all the way up to 6400, it still doesn't come through.
So we need something really bright and bold.
Yeah, I think you'd have to do some kind of a fancy exposure. What is this? Oh, that, for a second there I was like, is that dynamite? No, it's just a stick. It's part of a tamping rod. Alrighty, we have another one turning to the right here. Let's go look up in here. What's that on the ground? Oh, dynamite boxes and a old danger abandoned mine sign. Here, what do we got going on? Is this a... Let's look here. Oh, look at here. It goes right back up to the outside. I see sunshine up in there.
That's where the draft is coming from then.
Yeah, from this through this area. So when we go higher on the hill, we should go in and we'll be looking down on this ore pass. Whew, boy, that must have taken a lot of work blasting in that raise, because that's how they put them in. They put those raises in they blast from the bottom up, and it's a really dangerous job because the rock is always falling on you. All right, look here. Let's see here. There's some fuse. There you go. Up there by your foot. Bundle of fuse.
Nice, got a light.
Safety fuse. Hey, you got a lighter on you? All right,
Oh, wait a
turn
minute,
that-
this isn't fuse. Look, this is antique wire.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's got copper center. It's cloth.
Oh, well, okay. I stand corrected. It's a piece of bundled wire, huh? Sure looked like safety fuse at first glance. Okay, what do we have? Kind of bends around. And, oh, goes off to the right, keeps on going. Now here to the left, we have something fun. What do we got here? Does that go anywhere? Well, that might. That might just go someplace. Okay. All right. Turn it around. I'll wait till Randy gets back over here. In the meantime, looking down on the floor. Hey, we have a cool artifact. Look at here. There you go. What do you think? You can barely make out the label. Should I turn some? I'll turn some of my lights down.
EST maybe?
Let me try this light here. There we go. That's a better light. Yeah, yeah, I can just barely make it out.
T, that almost looks like an N.
Uh-huh.
UG. I don't know what it means.
All right.
Can't
Well,
make it out.
if you guys are, if you have 4K on your laptops, phones, and television screen, maybe you guys can get a closer look at it. All right, moving on. Turning the corner, and it gave up. That's it. Right into a big pile of brecciated andesite. Yeah. Okay, let's go over here again. All right, Randy,
You gonna get in here?
hold that, would you? Feel free to point it at me at any time.
Going in?
Absolutely, I gotta see what's down here.
Don't you want a rope?
Nah. Where we're going, we don't need ropes. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna have to rely on helmet cam for you to see what I found down here. And all we have is a shallow winds with a dead rabbit in the bottom, and that's it. So at some point in time, the miners said, well, we're finding few values. Maybe if we go a little bit deeper, they'll pick back up again. And that's why they dropped this in place. That is what's going on here. Yep, okay. Well, like I said, I wanted to do a full explore of this place. Wait, now I jumped down in here. How am I gonna get out?
Gee.
Wait, I don't think I thought this through. Oh, come on
I'm
now.
gonna set the camera down so I can give you a hand.
No, don't worry about it. I got it. All it is rock climbing. Okay. I'll take that, thank you, sir. Let's see if we have any more. This is fun. You know, I kind of wanted to dial things back a little bit for this weekend. The last time we were out, we did the schnozzelator, and gosh, that was one heck of a day. So I thought, yeah, this weekend, let's go into some class 3s and check out some geology I've always wanted to look at. Okay, back to the main haulage and headed towards the portal. I think we did all of the drifts. I don't think we missed a single one. But I'm going to take you with me just in case. Haha. Oh no, we did that one. We did that one coming in. Yeah. Okay. And we did that one coming in. Okay guys, that's it. This one's done. We have another one higher on the hill, and I'll bet you that when we get up there, that one is going to link into what I just showed you, where we pointed up that raise and saw that sunshine. So let's head on up the hill and see what we can find. I'll see you up there.
Next Saturday on Abandoned and Forgotten Places, episode 107.
Oh wow, this is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Well, I'll be darned if it doesn't go around the corner. Wow. Oh, holy cow. This thing just keeps going deeper and deeper.